This is a 2013 Scion FRS. Well, sort of. It's been converted to look more like a GT86, Scion's dead, and it's got a Rocket Bunny wide-body kit. And on top of that, it's got a Vortech Supercharger. As you're probably aware, the FRS isn't exactly known for its speed. Stock, a 2-liter 4-cylinder, producing just 200 horsepower. It's not the quickest, especially with this kind of looks, but thankfully we've got purple chrome and carbon fiber, which add about 100 extra horsepower. In reality, the Vortech Supercharger bumps the power up to just about 300. In a way, this car goes against everything the Scion FRS originally stood for. An inexpensive, fun-to-drive car with Prius tires in the back that you could drift around. $50,000 of modifications later, and it's not exactly budget-friendly. There's been some upgrades that have changed this FRS's driving characteristics immensely. Now, the modifications list, which I'm going to post in the description, is so long it would likely bore even the most intense automotive enthusiasts, but it's pretty impressive. Let's start with the meat. 255s in the front and 265s in the rear. How can you fit such a wide tire on it? Well, it's got a Rocket Bunny wide body kit. You got FORGESTAR wheels, and because it's so low, it's actually got airbags to raise the front end up. You can do it really quickly with a button to the left of the steering wheel for getting in and out of driveways. As you can see, the interior is nowhere near stock as well. You've got bucket seats, a 4-point Takata drift harness, quilted custom leather interior, a new steering wheel, which feels really great. It's much thicker than the stock wheel. It's got an aftermarket clutch, which, when you're at a standstill and the car is in neutral, rattles like nobody's business. And the car is really hard to drive without stalling. In fact, I've stalled the car, can't believe I'm admitting this, but about 3 times since I've started this review a few hours ago. The stock FRS was down on power, there's no doubt about that. Thanks to a Vortech Supercharger, bumped this thing up to 300 horsepower. Because it doesn't have turbos, there is no lag. It comes alive more in the upper RPM ranges, close to its 7,500 RPM red line. With the short throw shift kit, it is really a blast both in the turns and on the straights. It's got an aftermarket exhaust, but to be honest, as a 4-cylinder, it doesn't sound all that great. Of course, with the added power and handling capabilities, it's important that you can stop better as well. And thankfully, it's got aftermarket upgraded stop tech brakes, only in the front though. However, the front brakes are of course more important, and it slows down really quickly. This FRS was originally put together by FORGESTAR to compete at SEMA in 2013. It was later purchased by Phantasy Kolors, who painted it Tiffany blue. It's questionable yet whether Tiffany has blessed this with the official Tiffany blue, so if you're watching, let us know if this qualifies and if Tiffany supports this car. This isn't really an FRS review. This is more of a documentation of the build, me experiencing this car, and it's a lot of fun. You know, it's both a show car, it's got the looks to it. The Rocket Bunny kit looks fantastic, and it's got some bits and pieces from a BRZ. It's got Toyota GT86 badges all over it. The funny part is there's actually more Subaru logos on the Scion FRS than there are Scion logos. And now with a key that has a Toyota badge and the front and rear badges, it certainly has more Subaru logos as well. This is not a car you'd typically daily drive, although interestingly enough, the owner of this vehicle actually does. The clutch is finicky, the bucket seats are tight, it's hard to get in and out of the harness, and this rattles all over the road, and you've got to put the airbags up every time you go in and out of a driveway. As a summary, here are some of the things I love and hate about this Tiffany blue Scion FRS. First up, the power bump. It really needed it. Stock 200 horsepower, it's naturally aspirated. It was begging for turbos or a supercharger, and Vortech provided that. Second up, the Rocket Bunny wide body kit looks fantastic. It was already a good looking car, but this is next level. And lastly, the way it handles. With wider tires, it grips a lot better. It's not as easy to drift, nor is it easy to do burnouts. But if you're looking for a car that maybe you can take to autocross events or just slay the back roads. This is pretty fun. Things I don't like about it. Aftermarket seatbelts make the seatbelt warning sign come on and chime for 30 seconds at a time, then it goes away for a couple minutes and then it comes back. It's incredibly annoying. The visibility is terrible out the back. This is not a supercar, so it should have decent visibility. The wing completely cuts it in half and the roll cage eliminates it entirely. Lastly, it's an absolute cop magnet and everyone who pulls up next to you wants to race you. It was really fun driving this car. Follow Tiffany.FRS on Instagram. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse our channel and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you next video.